This is a story about a bully. Bobby looked out of the window and was greeted with great weather. Clouds were drifting lazily across the sky, and birds could be heard chirping cheerily in the trees. Bobby wore his uniform and picked up his school bag. It was a beautiful day, and Bobby was determined not to let anything spoil his mood. He whistled an upbeat tune as he stepped out of his house and headed for school. The school was within walking distance, and Bobby did not have to take a bus. His slow gait soon gave way to a cheerful skip. I have plenty of time to arrive in school punctually, thought Bobby. Obviously, he was pleased with himself for being on time. He had previously been late for school on multiple occasions, and his form teacher, Mr. Tan, had given him several stern warnings. I am going to show him that I can be a responsible student, Bobby said aloud. Suddenly, Bobby tripped over something and fell flat on his face. Ouch! He cried. He quickly looked backwards to see what had caused him to fall. At first, he thought had tripped over a tree root or a rock. He was both shocked and surprised to see a looming figure standing over him. It was Johnny. Johnny was the biggest and tallest boy in class. He talked in a loud, booming voice, and at times he would resort to pushing and shoving to get what he wanted. Most students in class soon learnt not to go near Johnny. Johnny grabbed Bobby by the collar and lifted him up from the ground. He then gave him a menacing look and demanded money from Bobby. Bobby was fearful. Not only was he hurting from the fall, but he was also afraid that Big Johnny would beat him up. Bobby considered his options. He could try to fight back, but given Johnny's strength and size, he didn't stand much of a chance. He could try to escape by struggling free, but Johnny had his vice-like grip on his collar. As Bobby did not want to get hurt, he meekly relented and handed over all his pocket money. "Don't you dare tell anyone what have just happened," Johnny threatened before leaving. It took a while for Bobby to collect himself. He inspected his injuries and found that he only had a few superficial cuts and bruises on his knees and elbows. Feeling sorry for himself, he made his way to school gingerly. He was late for school that day. When Bobby reached school, he instantly notified Mr. Tan about what had just happened. Although Johnny had warned him not to tell anyone, Bobby was afraid that Johnny would demand money from him on a regular basis. He concluded that the way for him to be guaranteed a safe passage to school was to let the authorities deal with Johnny. He was right. The teachers investigated the incident and discovered that Bobby was not the only victim. In fact, Johnny had been going around asking for money from several students. The teachers acted swiftly and punished Johnny. They also kept a close eye on him from that day onwards. As for Bobby, he was never bothered by Johnny again. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you do remember to leave a like and a subscribe so that you will be the first one to be notified when we upload new videos. See you in the next one.